Hi everyone and welcome back. Hope everyone's keeping well in this week of lockdown. So I had this week booked off in the hope of some exciting adventures, both running and biking. But yeah, obviously the powers that be had other plans, and we find ourselves locked down. And yes, I could be outside on the bike and running, locally, but instead I find myself fitting a new bathroom. Hence why I look even more of a state than usual, because I'm currently in between sanding and painting before fitting the new bathroom suite. And yes, that is a really cool Lego pirate ship behind me. Another lockdown project of sorting out all my childhood toys. So, but anyway, following on from the last little running video where I was talking about what snacks I pack, I thought it might be a good idea to just have a rundown on basically what I actually take when doing an ultramarathon, as I was last year. So I'm not going to get into what clothing and running kit I take, because that very much depends on the weather and conditions, and it's a bit of a personal choice. But perhaps I'll do it as another video. But anyway, let's go empty out my running pack and see what we take. Right. So yeah, when I was doing the Ultramarathon, my trail shoes of choice, these Brooks Cascadia 13s. Absolutely love these things. Decent tread on them. Lovely soft cushioned sole. But also, I believe these have got a rock plate inside. So when you do find yourself on some sort of rocky, stony areas, you don't get your feet stabbed by every little sharp rock. So I highly recommend these, or obviously the newer alternatives. But yeah, if it was more road-based, then again, I had a pair of Brooks. I think they were the Ghost GTS. I'll have to double check that. But anyway, the main point of this was checking out what I actually take. So I'll discard these shoes. My trail running pack of choice was the Montane Razor 15. Tried on so many different bags. I had high hopes for the Solomon and the Innovates, but they just didn't fit me particularly comfortably. So I settled on this. Okay, so 15 litres. Now inside this main bit, it's is there? Anyway, so generally have a water bladder. So yeah, although this will hold up to 2 litres, I'm not, again depending on the weather, because it gets bloody heavy and uncomfortable when it's full to the brim. So perhaps might put 1.5 litres in there. And then moving on to the other other hydration. Let me just undo that strap. Yeah, I do like this nice elasticated strap that sort of goes around your stomach, and then again got this little elasticated strap across your chest. It really holds it in place lovely. And then for these front pockets, actually now I've got an inhaler, but then now I might have some sort of quick access to. I was running some what are they called, blocks, like chewy sweets. But anyway, back to hydration. I get distracted easily. So I'd have a couple of scrunch flasks. These I'd fill up with the isotonic, probably like a high 5 or SIS tablet in those. Again, I'll top those up at various rest stations. So then total, say that would give me 1 litre of isotonic, and perhaps, well, I think from 1 litre to 2 litres of just plain water. Probably a bit overkill. But anyway, so in this front compartment, this would be generally where I stashed my little snacks I was talking about last time. And although I didn't generally carry this with me, I highly recommend applying a lot of this before the start of any event. There's nothing worse than a bit of chafing. So yeah, get yourself some Run Guard, aloe vera beeswax, Canuba. Canuba, is that how you pronounce it? Anyway, highly recommend this stuff. It helps all sorts of situations. Actually, that sounds a little bit wrong, but yeah, you know what I mean. But anyway, as for the food and snacks, I know I was talking about it last time, but so Skittles, Haribo, a few gels. I'll generally save those towards the end of the event. And these are the McVitie's Hobnob Digestives. Just a little sort of, well, that's a little flapjack bar. That's more of a biscuit kind of thing. But again, 2 or 3 bites. They're so easy to eat while you run. That's what I tend to use as a little pick-me-up. And then these are my preferred energy bars, the battle oats, but again, because I can't have the sort of nut-based ones. But I've got a really liking for these, to be fair. So battle oats, if you're watching, thumbs up. And then to keep my isotonic drinks topped up from the rest stops, generally one of my go-tos, the SIS lemon flavour. That appears to be empty. Good start. Anyway, push that out of the way. So then, moving on to the main things I take with me. So depending on conditions, just a little, what is this? Again, a Brooks, just a little beanie hat. Again, if it was sunny, I'd perhaps have a, just like a, what do you call it, like a sun visor, a little peak instead of that. What was the last things I'd done? It was looking a little bit cold. This needs a clean, but yeah, little disposable, not disposable, just little fold down cup, so you can have a drink at various rest stops, because they're trying to move away from disposable single-use cups. Again, a little pair of gloves just to keep my hands warm. Now these are, what's these, Kalenji, whatever you pronounce it, but they came from, oh, where'd they come from? Decathlon, that's the one. And then other stuff, again, this is mostly because I did rat race events. In here is a waterproof jacket with fully taped seams. Well, that might be trousers, either way. Nope, that's the trousers again, just waterproof trousers, fully taped seams again. So if you do find yourself in an absolute downpour, or you're awaiting a rescue, you can keep yourself warm and dry. Sometimes I'd also have I haven't got it here, but a down jacket which basically folds up into its own pocket, so it's really small, really light, really warm if you do get stuck. I think I only used it on the, what was it, the Ultra Tour of Aaron. And then the other main thing to have, first aid kit. And I keep mine in this little dry bag, just so worst case scenario, it will still be dry. And then the main things to have in here, I'm just going to tip it out. So I've got my usual bandages, dressings, that sort of stuff. I've got some Compeed wrappers in here as well. Just brings on nicely too. Compeed, absolute godsend. And I still have some left. Excellent. But yeah, Compeed. There's various other things. I know some people have been saying about using K tape, but yeah, I wish I'd bought some shares in Compeed before last year. But they, as soon as you start feeling something going on with your foot, get one of these on it. It'll save the day. So I highly recommend those. But particularly the mix packs, where you never quite know where I'm going to get a blister, but it appears I have 2 packs. Yeah, as I said, can never have enough of those. Again, just some more sort of bandages, first aid stuff. Some oh, I've got some, didn't know I had that in there. Some rehydration treatment just in case you get stuck. I need to pick me up. Okay, more bandages and tape. No, for myself, I always have an allergy relief like Piriton, just in case I get bad hay fever, or should I have eaten a nut or something at a rest station. That'll just, well, that's usually enough. And actually, if you do have allergies, make sure you got your EpiPen. What else we got here? Oh, some antibacterial hand wipes, and actually in that little pack there would be some alcohol wipes. And there's usually, although I don't have them here, safety pins, again for bandages, pinning race numbers, that sort of stuff. Some cotton swab Q-tips, as the Americans might call them. Not quite sure why I have them, but you never know. But again, they're so light, they don't exactly weigh you down. And then some ibuprofen, just because you might need that. And then finally, I have one of these, let me see it, emergency bivvy. Now it used to be one of those foil blankets would do, but I know last year Rat Race changed they changed their kit list, so you had to have one of these actual bivvy bags. But I think we already had these when we were out hiking and that sort of stuff, so actually that's probably a damn sight better to have than a foil blanket. Again, all that stuff just goes in my little first aid dry bag, scrunch that down, get as much air out as I can, so I'm not worried about floating away because it's going to be in my rucksack. So, and that generally just lived in the bottom of my bag with waterproofs on top. You kind of want those relatively easily accessible. And cup with gloves in. I don't think I ever use this cup because I'm not one for hot drinks. So I generally just stick with my isotonics and water, and then little beanie hat. And as you say, I've got plenty of room in that bag there for a little down jacket if I want as well. Now weight wise, actually I don't know how much that weighs, so I'm not even going to start that conversation, but there's really not much there. I know other people go out with far less kit, but that's generally what I always take. Even when I was doing practice running, I'll take that lot with me. Just to get used to the weight and the feel of it on my back, to be honest. But yeah, I'd obviously have a few more food items in here, although to be fair, I'd usually finish the event with so much left, because again, the rat race events, they've got such good pit stops. But again, and I've already recommended it, but if you know, you know, shall we say. Get yourself some anti-chafe. Anyway, so that was the contents of my running pack when I was doing the Ultramarathons last year, and hopefully I'll get back to them sometime soon. So yeah, just to finish up, I was saying my preferred trail shoes with the Brooks Cascadia, but these are the preferred sort of road ultramarathon shoes. These are the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 18s. Now I know a little while ago I put another video up saying I was so excited because I've got some new ons. Absolutely love these things, to be fair. But I was saying I'm not sure they're going to be much good for more than a marathon. So although they're lovely and soft, I just feel like I'm blowing through all the cushioning in every step. Whereas these filthy, some cobwebs hanging from, excellent. Whereas these filthy but old faithful Brooks, they always just felt like I had a little bit more. Yeah, so you can put those down now. They always just had that little bit more cushioning to give, and actually there's a lot more padding kind of like around the heel compared to those ons. But then just to finish off, the other item that I'd always have in the bag as well, just in case it gets stuck out. Again, head torch. Now this one is a silver something or other. I'll have to put something in the description because I can't remember what model it is. But it's also got the little red light, which just clips on the little battery pack. I'll just turn it off because that's quite annoying. Yeah, just excuse the long hair, but yeah, I found this to be, well, it was a good price. It was cheap, and actually fits really well, holds in place, and yeah, the less said about my hair the better. Well, I think when I got this on, okay, it's had various lighting modes. So yeah, sort of full on dim, and then I believe there was a strobe as well. Oh, I've probably just turned it off. That little red light. No, sorry, that's the battery indicator. And then obviously you can adjust this up and down. Didn't use it too much last year, other than when I was running home from work. The only thing I did find a little bit irritating was you end up with this kind of like a halo effect. It lights the pathway in front of you perfectly. Can't fault that. But you just always got this really bright bit at the top of your vision. It kind of just lights your forehead up. It almost needs just like a little. I'm just gonna pick up a coaster or something. It always feels like it just needs a little something underneath the light, just to stop it going in your eyes, and more sort of more direct onto what you're actually sort of running into, shall we say. But again, that's a small niggle, because I can just tilt this up a little bit more and then sort of put your head down, but I'd rather keep my head up a bit more. Anyway, that's my Ultramarathon kit, with the exception of the clothing. Hope that was slightly informative, and hopefully we'll get some more action shots, shall we say, back on the channel soon. But anyway, hope you're all keeping safe during this lockdown. Yeah, a few more weeks of it yet. But yeah, give us a like and subscribe, and see you all soon.